Right, got another little project here. I bought these LEDs some time ago. What are they? 10 watt LEDs, there we go. All white. I thought, oh yeah, you know, cheap. Let's get them, play around with them. This one here I've already played around with, but unfortunately I had it on a bit too long and it overheated and it's half blown, doesn't work very well. That's what the X is for on there. But I'm also just testing out my new microphone, so hopefully the volume is a little bit louder. I've got it sitting on the desk instead of on me, in case I stand up and walk away and pull the things out. So I've got some LEDs bolted on here. I've just got one screw in the centre there, and they're in parallel. I've got one of the power supply up here, which I shall show you. Just there we go. Currently running on 9 volts. So I might zoom this out a bit and try and capture more. Yeah, I suppose that'll do it. Hey. Right, there you go. So I've got 9 volts, 1 amps. Now these are supposed to be rated for 900 milliamps, I think it was. Yeah, 900 milliamp rating. So I've actually put some notes on this. I've got them out of these things, I don't overheat and don't blow them up again. The 11 volts seems to work out quite nicely. So I always underrate things anyway if I can, to try and preserve their lifetime. So what I thought I'd do is I've got my lux meter here. I've only used this a handful of times, but you know, it works and it might be a good reference for it. And I've also got my probe here. Unfortunately, because it's all aluminium, I won't be able to get a heat reading off of this itself, which is a bit of a shame. But I can get a reading off the actual LEDs once they're not on. So I'll probably turn it off and then do readings off that. So I thought I'd just show you what I'm getting. So like I said, I've got those in parallel because I'm actually intending to use this as lighting for my bench here when I'm working on things. So turn the power on. So 9 volts, I'm drawing just under half an amp, and you can see how much light output it's got. It's not too bad, is it? Alright, fairly effective. So I'll just get my lux meter up. Range up. So that distance there, that's over 3,000 lux. So, okay, that's not too bad. It's like 3,200 or something. So I'll move a little further. Hopefully you can see that there. Maybe you can. Here we go. So at that angle and that distance, it's 1,500 lux because it's on times 10. So that's not bad. Not bad at all, because I think this is only doing about 600 or 700 or something, the strip here. So, and that's on 9 volts. Alright, so if I just leave that there, hopefully you can still see the numbers. Get my hand out of the way might help. Let's just spin this around slightly. Let's do that. Of course it's reflecting. There we go. You can see the numbers now. Right. So it's going to increase the voltage, so I'm going to do 0.1 volt steps, right? So that's 9.5 volts, 10 volts, so that's like 4,000 lux there, 10.5 volts. So it seems to stop out there. It stops gaining. Yeah, so about 10 volts is just over 4,000 lux. It doesn't really go up much from that. So 10 volts really seems to be the only point you need to go to. Anything above that is just wasted energy, and the current is about 1 amp right now. So that's right. That's of course I've got limited to 1 amp. Right, okay. Let's do this. Let's limit to 1800 milliamps because that's what they rated for. Let's try this again. Right, so I just want to find out where the point is where there's no further gain really. So that's 11 volts there. So the gain there is that's maxing out the amperage. So that's where the LEDs are supposed to run max, really. That's 11.3 volts, and it's supposed to be 12 volt LEDs. So, so if you try and run 12 volts into these, you're actually going to be overstressing them. So that's 5270 lux thereabouts, which is huge. At least on my desk, you know, it's trying to run a bench on it. So anyway, I need to figure out how to do this a bit better. But yeah, so I don't want to have the system all cranked up to max. You know, 9 volts is quite nice, but I want to try and put these on the wall over here or something. So I've got a nice long cable on these, and the idea is to try and put it over here or something so I can get some better lighting. Let's get some more current, more voltage here. Let's go 10 volts. That's only 1 amp, so it's like effectively running one of the LEDs, effectively, and I think that's not too bad like that. Again, I'll need to figure out where I'm going to put it. So I thought I'd have a play around with this and to show you what I'm doing. If you get really close to it, it's maxing out there. It's over 20,000 if we go close enough. Like 15,000 there, you know. So obviously, I do want it closer enough to get decent lighting. Up here would be ridiculous because I've already got a strip up here, but I need to try and get some better lighting here so the videos look a bit sharper, and just get rid of some of the shadows and stuff, hopefully. So I thought I'd just do this on like this portable thing where I can move it around and just put it maybe in front of the thing I'm working on and, you know, do that. But we'll see. I don't know, I might have a play around with that yet. So let's put this back down to 9 volts again because I quite like 9 volts there for that. It's softer. So obviously the lux readings, you know, meaningless in most ways, only as a reference, like a comparative method. Because you know, it should be based at, I think it's 1 meter or something as a standard, something like that. So into this thing, which I ended up having to repair. AliExpress are really good. They actually supported me because I provided evidence. I actually recompiled my videos and sent them to AliExpress as evidence of it being faulty and needing repairs, and they upheld it, and they actually I asked for $150 back, and that's what they gave me. So that works out beautifully, you know. Yeah, just wasn't happy with it. Anyway, it works now. I've repaired it. So what I want to do is try and capture the temperature on those. Hopefully I can do this without blinding the camera at the same time, but you know, so you can actually see the hot spots on there. I don't know how accurate it's going to be until I turn it off. That's saying 40 degrees right there. It's about 36 or so, 38. So I'll turn them off, and that's on 9 volts. So I imagine the heat would go fairly quickly. So it's still 38, 39. So about 40 degrees like that and 9 volts. So what I might do now is crank the voltage up and max out the current, so it's 11.3 volts. And I'll just run it on that for a little while and just see how that comes out. Sure, well you get in this. So it's saying 45, 53, 55 there, 56. So I just thought I'd just, you know, have a good look and just see how these things actually behave. It's 58. Almost 59 there. Yeah, 59 there. 61, 60, yep, 62. So I mean, this is running at maximum capacity as far as amperage goes. So they're rated at 900 milliamps, and I'm basically putting 1.8 amps in for the pair. So that should be 900 milliamps each. That's only 11.3 volts. So it's basically 12 volts. So I'm getting like 70 degrees C. It's getting hotter and hotter, as you would expect. So I'm a bit worried about actually overstressing them at that voltage, you know. So let's turn it off again now and just have a bit of a look. I can actually feel some water in the heatsink now. Let's have a look, see if I can get that. Yeah, so 55, 59 degrees there. This one's running cold, that's 42. Yeah, they're both cooling down slightly. So, but that I can actually feel some warmth in the heatsink. Unfortunately, the camera probably can't get it because of the colour, the effect of it. But I don't know, I can see something there. There we go. It's picking up something. 28 degrees. That's surprising. I wasn't expecting to actually pick anything up from that because it's being reflective. It's not normally something which works. So maybe I'll just try doing a bit more on that. But yeah, I just thought I'd do a little video on this and see how it all comes out. But you can see the actual screen there, so I just want to see how hot this heatsink gets too. Actually, it's quite good. I wasn't expecting to get any decent readings off this, but it does seem to be generating something. Wasn't expecting anything. So yeah, it's doing something. I mean, that is, I can feel the warmth in that. So it's probably not accurate temperature reading. If I can feel it being warm, it must be more hotter than me. So I'd say it's probably about 40 degrees by touch. So I don't think this is reading accurately on that surface. So yeah, try those again. It's about 72 there. So yeah, I definitely don't want to be running these at maximum temperatures or maximum currents and stuff. I don't want to do that. I mean, the heat sinking's there, but it's getting warm. So yeah, I'll sort of show you that and show you that, hey, yes, this is working now. All done. Yeah, so I'm going to figure out something with this. I'm going to rig this up some way to have some kind of lighting here to help to improve the videos a bit. You know, I've got this lighting turned off right now because I didn't want it to affect the lux readings I was taking.